So today, July 9th, exactly 5 years ago today, I broke my leg. Now, I haven't told anybody on how I actually broke my leg, or I haven't really I was playing basketball with my team, my honor guard team, and it was towards the afternoon, right after we came back from, our funeral details. And on this day, I was playing hard, thinking I was like a Kobe Bryant, but exactly, I'm not Kobe Bryant. Basketball is not one of my favorite sports anymore because of just so much cardio, running back and forth, and I'm not good at shooting the ball into the basket. But this day, I was trying my best. I was running, I was being competitive, and I was going up for a rebound. I saw the ball going up there, hit the rim. I was going up for a rebound, and this other guy, he was a civilian. I'm not sure if he's in the military or not, but he and I went up. And as we went up, we were coming back down. We were fighting for the ball, and he landed on my left leg. And pretty much my left leg kind of bent outwards, and I fell back on the basketball floor. And I just laid there. I was thinking, man, that really hurt. I had to get help, from getting up from the floor. And I thought it might have been a sprain. I was trying to walk it off, but it just hurt so much. I carried it into a car to go back to the building, to the honor guard building, and I was gonna go to urgent care and get fixed up. So that was it. I pretty much broke my leg by playing basketball. And the funny thing is, when I got helped into my car to go to the ER, I drove. Luckily, my car is an automatic, so I drove to the ER. Here I am with my broken leg, and it just dawned on me, well, how the heck do I get inside the building? And I didn't have anybody else with me to help me up, get into the building. So luckily for smartphones, I was able to Google the urgent care that I was at, and they had the phone number, so I gave them a call, and I told them, I was like, hey, I'm outside, can somebody bring a wheelchair out for me because I broke my leg? So they came outside, helped me onto the wheelchair, and from that point they started checking my vitals and everything. X-rays, they did x-rays. And I was talking to my family, I was talking to my mom, and she was trying to be on the positive side and saying maybe you just sprained your leg or whatever like that. It's not broken. But yeah, sure enough, when the doctor came back with the x-rays, he said that I had a Tibia Plateau fracture. When all they did was brace me up, put me in a long-legged brace, and set me off home. I had to drive home from Riverside to Victorville, and yeah, I was in so much pain. And I didn't get my surgery right away. I think I had to wait 2 weeks until I got my surgery. And yeah, it was just a depressing day. Alright, that's a lot of work. It takes a lot of cardio out of you with basketball. Anyways, like I said, I'm not the greatest basketball player ever. I just don't like the sport anymore. You know, when I get a chance to play, I'll play. But it took me a long time to get over the sound of basketball hitting the floor. Just every time I would hear that, it would just bring me back to that day where I broke my leg, and it was kind of like a PTSD in some ways for me, because like I said, it took me a long time. So that's the power of video editing. It looked like I made all those shots in continuous motion and all that stuff, but honestly, that was just all editing. You should see the raw footage. It's pretty bad. I was always hitting the rim. The story, when I broke my leg, you know, I was in that cast for, or that brace for a long time, and it was a depressing time in my life. My kids were getting ready to leave Japan in August of 2013, and I broke my leg in July. And I wanted to take them out, you know, places to like maybe Disneyland, or, you know, just go out and do stuff with them before they actually leave for overseas, because they're going to be out there for a long time, at least 4 or 5 years, and that's just 4 or 5 years without my kids, you know, seeing them on a weekly basis. So again, this was a depressing moment in my life because I was pretty much in a wheelchair. You know, my daughter had to push me around. You know, anytime we would go out to the movies, you know, I would have to be in a wheelchair. I'm still able to drive, luckily, because you know, my car isn't automatic, and all I needed was my right leg. So we're able to go out, you know, maybe to the movies, go out to lunch or dinner, you know, and just spend time with each other in that way. But again, I just felt bad because people had to push me around in the wheelchair, and then I would have to use the crutches to get around, you know, places. Depressing time in my life, because I was immobile. I couldn't do anything, and I was just going through a lot of stress also, because I had to deal with work, I had to deal with family. You know, I had just moved in with Queen. You know, at that time we were just dating, and I had just moved in with Queen, and then she had to take on all the stress of taking care of the whole family, including myself. And I felt bad for that, because like I said, I literally just moved in, and then I broke my leg. I really appreciate that with my wife, because like I said, she just took care of everything, and I appreciate you, Queen. So you know, for everything that you have done. She even tries to motivate me and stay positive, because, you know, I was really in the funk. I just didn't want to do anything. All I did was just sit in a wheelchair or sit on the couch, and had a binge on Breaking Bad. You know, I had Netflix, and I just binge watch on all kinds of shows. Breaking Bad was definitely one of them. Games of Thrones was another one. But when I look back on that, I kind of wish I did more than just binge watch and just be depressed at that time. I wish I could have had the mindset of, you know, taking more college classes online while I'm immobile, because I couldn't really do anything. I could have just exercised my mind at least, and go from there. I would have finished my bachelor's degrees way earlier than I had planned on. It's already in the past. I already got my degree, you know, I'm good. So moving on 5 years later, I am still in pain. The pain is manageable. Every time I walk or run, I still feel that tremendous pain in my knee. I used to run at least 10 miles a day after work, you know, prior to breaking my leg. And I was really fit. I had great cardio. You know, unfortunately now, with this happened, you know, I've been still trying to lose the weight I gained from this injury, because I actually gained 20 pounds. 20 freaking pounds. I've been trying to lose that weight ever since, and it's really hard. I know, that's why I'm getting back into that 10-week challenge. And again, it's not easy trying to lose weight, because you have to look at all the cardio that you do, the weightlifting that you do, and all the diet. You know, that is the main issue with me, is the diet, because that's the hardest thing. I'm not a nutritionist, or I just can't, I just love food. Remember when I said I was waiting for my surgery? I finally got my surgery date, and you know, I don't remember. It was actually July 23rd, 2013, I got my surgery. Scared that day because I just don't like being put under, but again, it had to be done. So I wanted to, record the surgery, but they wouldn't let me, because I think that would have been kind of cool, seeing my leg opened up and everything. But anyways, so I got the surgery. I got, screws and brackets in my leg. Here's a picture of it. I had this in my leg for at least a year and a half, and then I decided to get them out because it just felt, again, it just really felt weird and painful in my leg, and I just didn't like it. They said that I can get them out because, it looked like my leg was healing. So I did get them out a year and a half later. So I got it out. I went under again, and it's just a crazy feeling going under. That's what happened. I'm healed up now. I'm running. That's my story, of how I broke my leg 5 years ago. But the thing is, anytime that you come into a situation in life that gets you down or depressed, or just an injury, just anything. I know it just sounds easier said than done, but we always got to look in the positive note of things and try to move forward. Make sure that you listen to the people that's around you when they try to say some positive things to you. Listen to them and try to act upon that, because they're there to help you out, get you out of that slump. But you can't dwell on your depression. You can't dwell on your life just stinks and all that stuff. But we got to move forward from that. I'm not a professional, I'm still learning and all that stuff, but what I can do is just kind of like tell you my experience, and then hopefully you can gain knowledge from my experience. It didn't really help me out when I was just all feeling bad for myself, because like I said, I just had all kinds of ailments going on, and I was depressed, I was stressed, and then that just led to other things going on in my body. My vision started going bad with my eyes because I was just so stressed out. I had all kinds of cortisone going on, being produced in my body, and yeah, it was just bad. It was just a bad year for me in 2013, and we just got to move forward from that, and care about you, and just listen to what they got to say. Listen to the positivity, listen to their motivation, and just let them help you out. Anyways, that's my story for my tibia plateau fracture injury. So I'll see you guys next time.